Well, hello everybody. This is Sean with Cooper Hill Farms. Welcome back. We got a lot going on today. We're going to get out there. We're going to work our peas. We're going to go through the vegetable patch. We're going to check on the watermelons. And while we're out here in the yard, let's check on our blueberries. Things are finally starting to warm up around here. March, April. Lows in the 50s, highs in the 70s. I'm not griping about it. I like those temperatures. It's just that my plants don't like them. So not all of our blueberry trees made it this year, made blueberries. They had all bloomed out and we had that frost. I think it was 28 degrees. I don't remember the exact date in March, but it burned them back and we'd lost a lot of our berries. So these are some of the ones that actually have blueberries on them, or some of the later bloom ones that bloom later. So our blueberry crop won't be quite as big this year as it normally is. Still don't have any blackberries yet. They're blooming. I pruned them back pretty hard this year. Got some new canes growing out. They'll be ready for next year. Anyway, we got a lot of work to do. Got some plants to get in the ground, some fertilizer to put out. Let's get on that tractor and get it done. So here we are side dressing our first plant in the purple hull peas. I use a blend of 8-24-24 when I side dress my peas. So after I side dress, I come back with the tractor and the cultivator, go over the rows to help loosen up the dirt and mix in the fertilizer. We have 2 rows of okra planted. I use my planter to put it in and it plants it very close together. So I have to come back through and thin out this okra. We side dress it and we're gonna come back over it with the tractor and the cultivator, loosen up that dirt, knock that grass down, and work in that fertilizer. Well, I wanted to give you an update on our vegetable patch. Hadn't brought you out here in a while. Our tomatoes are starting to bloom. Even setting a few. These are Creoles along through here. Beefsteak. Then we get into some of our cherry tomatoes on the end. We got a row of peppers. On the end down here are our banana peppers, sweet peppers. Got some jalapenos along through here. And then our bell peppers are up on the end. A little bit of bug damage. The weather's not cooperated with us a whole lot as far as temperature. We've been getting rain, but the temperature has been staying in the upper 50s at night, and it's really slowed the growth of our plants down. Today's really been the most warm and humid day we've had. This is our row of cucumbers. We got some dashers and straight 8s. They're blooming. Got some cucumbers set. Got an empty row here. We'll come back with some cucumbers. Another empty row with some squash later on. It's our row of squash. And you can see they're doing good. It's time to get out, pick a few. We actually picked a couple last night and had fried squash with our pork chops. On this last row, we got zucchini and eggplants. So our eggplants didn't look like they were doing so hot, but they're coming on now. They're looking okay. But anyway, I went and got some more eggplants today, and we're gonna finish this row out. So that's a little update of what the vegetables look like. Hopefully this weather's starting to warm up. I know it calls for a bunch of rain over the next few days. Today's May 5th, so over the next week it calls for quite a bit of rain. This is what we look like. 3 of our beehives set up over here, so we get really good pollination right here. Let's walk over here and check on the potatoes. Still have a few of them blooming. I don't have any of the vines really starting to die yet. Maybe right here. Let's take a look. Let's see if we can find a couple of potatoes. So we're making potatoes. I'd like to get them just a little bit bigger. We're gonna wait for the vines to start dying before we dig them. 4 rows of the red Irish potatoes, and then I got a half a row of the golden Yukons over here. Okay, we're out in the watermelon patch. The melons have been in 30 days. They've been in a month. We planted them on April 5th. Today's May 5th. It's been a rough month on them. The temperatures have stayed fairly cool at night, and during the days we've been getting into the 80s, and it's affected them. But over the last few days with this warm weather and the warmer nights, they are starting to vine out and grow. Got some blooms on them. I planted them on rows on the mulch, and we used our water wheel planter to put them in the ground. You could look back at that video is on our YouTube channel if you want to take a look at that and see how we planted them. Let's compare the size. These few plants here are growing off and vining out real well, and then we have some that just are standing here not doing anything. So hopefully with this warm weather, everything will start growing, and these plants that are behind will catch up with the other plants. I hope in our next video we have out here, I'll be showing you some little melons that have set on the vine. So another thing I did this morning is we had planted a few cantaloupes, and only a few of them made it. So I went and got some more. I just went and got 12 more to put in the ground. We had a lot of people asking for cantaloupes last year, and we just didn't plant them. The ones we just put in the ground, got them watered in, got them with a root stimulator, got them, hopefully they'll take off. These have been in the ground, like I say, a month, and they've got blooms on them and starting to run.